players. So the family of Stephanie Dowells is seeking answers after she died back in November while visiting her husband in prison. According to the local sheriff's department, they have determined her death to be a homicide. However, no one has been charged with the crime, and the family is seeking to have some charges filed expeditiously. Let's talk about it. So according to reporting on November 13, 2024, 62-year-old Stephanie Dowells was visiting her 54-year-old husband, David Brinson, at Mule Creek State Prison in California. Apparently, they were doing one of those family visits where you can go to the prison and you can stay there for like 36 hours or something like that. And you stay in an apartment style area with your significant other and you guys get to visit. Well, around 2:51 a.m., David called the corrections officers and said that his wife had passed out. Well, when they got there, she was indeed passed out and they called the ambulance where she was pronounced deceased. So, of course, the medical examiner did order an autopsy where it was determined that she died from strangulation. Now, there was no one else that had access to that room. Miss Stephanie and David were the only ones that were in there. So the possibility of anyone else being responsible for this is slim to none. So they have determined that her manner of death is homicide, but no one has been charged in relation to this crime or even spoken to Stephanie's family, and they are demanding answers on this. Now let's get into the background of her husband, David. Court records show that David Brinson is serving 4 consecutive life terms with an additional 20-year determinate sentence without the possibility of parole after his 1993 conviction for 4 murders. Now, the California Department of Corrections told the local news station that Stephanie Dowells' death remains under investigation. So as of now, no one has been charged with her murder. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate that this terrible and horrific incident occurred back in November. Miss Stephanie has been deceased since then, and no district attorney, no one from the Department of Corrections or anyone has spoken with the family in regards to the steps going forward. So of course, now people are having the conversation about conjugal visits. Should violent offenders be allowed conjugal visits? In the state of California, you are not allowed that type of visit if you are convicted of an actual offense, as well as you are a death row inmate, or you have any type of disciplinary issues. So should this violent offender have been allowed to have that visit? Also, do you think the district attorney has decided not to even pursue this case, considering the fact that he is in prison for the rest of his life? He has no possibility of parole, but I think the family deserves some type of accountability in this case. We have seen prisoners get sentenced for doing things while they're behind bars. Why should it be limited just because he's already there on life without parole? But players, put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I send my condolences out to the family. This is just absolutely tragic. This is Double D Mode for the Black Accurate News.